There comes a moment in your life when silence will speak louder than your words ever did. When your absence will echo in the rooms you once filled with your energy, your loyalty, your time, and your love. And I want you to understand something deep, something raw, something brutal, yet liberating. You are not meant to be everywhere for everyone all the time. There will come a time when the most powerful move you can make is to walk away, disappear, focus, and let them miss you. Let that silence hit harder than any explanation. Let your absence scream what your presence never could. Because sometimes people will only start valuing you when you are no longer around to make their life easier. They'll only remember your worth when they no longer have access to it. And when that time comes, everything will begin to change. Because the world doesn't reward those who beg to be seen. It rewards those who disappear and return stronger, colder, sharper, and more dangerous than ever. You've been giving too much. Your time, your heart, your energy. You've been pouring it into people and places that didn't deserve it. You've been trying to prove yourself to those who already made up their minds about you. You've been seeking validation from people who are secretly rooting for you to fail. And now you're drained, tired, wondering why you feel empty. Let me tell you why. Because you've been investing in places where your value is ignored, your greatness is diluted, and your power is tolerated instead of celebrated. And now it's time to change that. Not by arguing, not by explaining, not by begging, but by walking away and letting them miss what they thought they could take for granted. Let them sit in silence and feel your absence like a cold wind. Let them remember the warmth you brought now that it's gone. Let them realize that you were never average, that your energy was never replaceable, that your presence was the privilege they never respected. Let your absence teach the lesson your words never could. The truth is, people get comfortable when you're always available. They get entitled when you're always saying yes. They start thinking your loyalty is weakness, your forgiveness is foolishness, your empathy is a flaw. But it's not. It's strength, it's character, it's depth. The problem is you've been giving it to people who haven't earned it. And the real ones, the real lions, the real kings, the real queens, they don't chase approval. They don't water dead gardens. They don't stay in rooms where they're unappreciated. They don't ask people to treat them right. They remove themselves and they let their absence do the talking. Because here's the truth that stings. Your value doesn't decrease just because someone else failed to recognize it. Your light doesn't dim because someone wore sunglasses around you. Your greatness is not up for debate. It never was. But it's up to you to step back, to shut the door, to disappear long enough for them to feel what life is like without you. When you go ghost, not out of weakness, but out of strength, when you stop showing up for those who never showed up for you, something changes. Not just in them, but in you. You start realizing just how much energy you are wasting. You start seeing how much peace you gain by simply walking away. You start building in silence. You train, you grow, you focus. You become a weapon forged in solitude. You stop explaining your worth and start living it. You stop begging for attention and start commanding respect. And the world takes notice. The people who overlooked you, they start watching. The ones who laughed, they fall silent. The ones who said you'd never make it, they start copying your moves. Because silence is powerful. Solitude is transformational. And when you come back, if you choose to come back, you're not the same person. You're stronger, smarter, colder, not bitter, but better. Not angry, just focused. Not emotional, just unavailable. And that, my friend, is how everything starts to change. See, most people are addicted to attention. They crave validation like oxygen. But that's not power. Power is when you're content in your solitude. Power is when you don't need the crowd. Power is when you don't beg to be seen. You become so good they can't ignore you. And that starts with pulling away from the noise, with becoming unavailable, with reclaiming your energy from people who only reach out when they need something. Stop being the savior. Stop being the emotional sponge. Stop being the one who always checks in, always cares, always forgives. Because every time you show up for people who wouldn't even text you back if the roles were reversed, you teach them that disrespect is acceptable. You teach them that your time is worthless. And you are not worthless. You're a force. You're a storm. You're a miracle wrapped in flesh and bone. And it's time the world realizes it. But they won't until you leave. Let them miss your energy. Let them sit in the silence you left behind. Let them hear your name in rooms you no longer walk into. Let them scroll through your old messages and realize how rare you were. Let them hear your laugh in memories and know they'll never find that again. That's power. That's revenge, not in anger, not in toxicity, but in growth, in peace, in evolution. You owe no one your loyalty if they gave you their indifference. You owe no one your attention if they gave you their silence. You owe no one your love if they fed you crumbs. This is your wake-up call. Stop being easy to access. Stop being a second choice. Stop waiting for people to see your value. Step back, focus, level up so violently that they can't look at you without feeling what they lost. That's how you win. Not by begging, not by explaining, by becoming undeniable in your absence. Want to change your life? Then disappear for 6 months. Hit the gym like a monster. Stack your money. Sharpen your mind. Read, work, hustle. Cut the distractions. Cut the fake friends. Cut the excuses. Stop posting. Stop proving. Stop explaining. Let them wonder where you went. Let them gossip. Let them think you're failing. Let them assume. Because while they're watching, you're working. While they're talking, you're transforming. And when you return, you won't even need to say a word. Your glow will do the talking. Your success will speak volumes. Your silence will echo. And every person who took you for granted will feel it deeply. They'll remember the days you were always there, always kind, always loyal. And they'll know they lost something they'll never get back. This world is ruthless. It doesn't care about your potential if you're not ruthless about protecting it. And if you don't respect your own value, no one else will. So walk away, not as a victim, but as a warrior. Walk away not to escape, but to evolve, to rise, to become the version of you that no longer settles. And then let them miss you. Let them feel what you gave for free, and now they can't afford. Let them miss the access they abused, the love they misused, the time they wasted. Let your absence humble them. Let your growth haunt them. Let your success be the noise they can't mute. And if they try to come back, if they suddenly miss you, smile, nod, keep walking. Because the real ones won't need your absence to see your value. And the ones who did, they don't deserve your return. You were not born to beg. You were not born to be overlooked. You were not born to be someone's maybe. You are chosen. You are powerful. And it's time you start acting like it. Let them miss you and watch everything change.